Most days I leave before sunrise and get home after dark. Between work, family, and everything in between, sitting down to read just stopped happening. But I still missed it. I missed getting lost in a story or learning something new while the world kept moving. My commute is long and I spend a lot of hours in the car. At first that time felt wasted, until I decided to fill it with something better. That is when I tried Audible, and it completely changed how I use my time. Before we get into the review, I built this video with CapCut AI, Storymaker. It is a great tool for anyone who is like me and hates the camera, but still wants to put a piece of themselves out there. Okay, let us dig in. Audible is Amazon's audiobook and spoken word platform, and it has been around for years. I have used it long enough to know what works and what does not. There are 2 membership plans. Audible Plus costs about $8 a month and gives unlimited streaming from a large library of audiobooks, podcasts, and Audible originals. You can listen to as much as you want, but those titles only stay available while your subscription is active. Audible Premium Plus costs about $15 a month and includes everything in Plus. Plus 1 credit each month that can be used on any book in the full store. Once you use that credit, the book is yours forever, even if you cancel later. For someone like me who is always moving, Audible is incredibly practical. It lets me listen when I am driving to work, working out, or even sometimes at work, depending on what I am doing. The app is simple. You can download books, change playback speed, add bookmarks, and set a sleep timer. It syncs with Kindle too, so if you own both the audiobook and ebook, you can switch between them without losing your place. At first, $15 sounded like a lot. But when most audiobooks cost $20 to $40 on their own, that single credit actually saves money. Credits roll over for up to a year, and Audible runs frequent member sales where you can grab titles for $5 or $6. I have built a solid personal library that way. Audible also used to have an easy exchange feature. If you did not like a book, you could swap it for another one with a click. It is still around, but harder to find now. You might have to use the desktop site or contact support, and it only works for books bought with credits while you are an active member. It is not as simple as it once was, but the option still exists if you need it. Right now there is a promotion where new members can try Audible for about 99 cents a month for the first 3 months. That is basically 3 audiobooks for $3 total. The link is in the description if you want to test it out. It supports this channel at no extra cost and lets you keep any books you use credits on, even if you cancel later. So what does Audible do best? Reliability. The audio quality is clean, narrators are professionals, and the library is huge. Fiction, history, self-help, business, it is all there. The app is stable and never feels complicated. What I like most is how it turns dead time into something useful. Traffic, workouts, chores, every moment becomes a chance to keep learning. There are downsides. Credits expire after a year if you forget to use them. Some new releases are not part of the streaming catalog, so you need credits or cash for those. Because Audible is owned by Amazon, some people prefer to avoid it. If you only listen occasionally, you might prefer a cheaper option. But if you listen often, it easily pays for itself. To give you context, let us compare it with Scribd and Spotify. Scribd costs around $12 a month and includes ebooks, audiobooks, and magazines. It looks unlimited, but it quietly limits access if you listen too fast. Some titles go unavailable until your next billing cycle. Nothing on Scribd is permanent, so when you cancel, you lose everything. Now let us talk about Spotify. When I first found out Spotify had audiobooks, I thought it was pretty sweet. I was already a premium member, so it felt like a bonus feature. I started listening and thought, wow, this is awesome. But here's the catch. Spotify limits you to about 15 hours of audiobook time each month. I tend to binge, and that 15 hours gets eaten up fast. One month I hit the limit in the middle of a book and felt anxious and honestly frustrated that I had to wait for the next month just to finish it. It was enough to make me stop using Spotify for audiobooks. It is fine for casual listening, but if you are really into it, that time limit is a deal breaker. Audible still wins because of one key thing: ownership. You keep the books you buy forever. No limits, no waiting. That matters more than I expected. For me, Audible fits perfectly into daily life. It brought books back into a schedule that felt too full for reading. That is the real reason I keep it. So is Audible worth it in 2025? Absolutely. If you have a long commute, if you are busy, but still want to learn or escape into a story, Audible is an easy win. It is not about replacing reading it. It is about bringing it back in a way that fits real life. Try the trial, see how it fits your day, and if it helps you reconnect with books, keep it. If not, cancel. Either way, you will know exactly what it offers. If you made it this far, thank you for spending part of your day with me. I know life gets busy, and time is something most of us do not have enough of. That is honestly why I keep doing videos like this. My goal is to help people like you find ways to enjoy more books, learn something new, and keep storytelling a part of everyday life. Audible has made that possible for me, and maybe it will do the same for you. If you decide to give it a try, the link is down below. Use the 99-cent deal. Grab a book that actually interests you, and see how it fits into your routine. You might be surprised how much you can learn just by letting stories play in the background while you drive or work out. Most of what I post here are honest reviews on books that I have read or listened to, what stood out, what stayed with me, and which ones I would actually recommend. So if that is something you enjoy, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next one. Before you go, I would love to know what book you are listening to right now, or what is sitting on your list that you have been meaning to start. Drop it in the comments. I always like seeing what everyone is into. It helps me pick what to review next. And it might help someone else find their next favorite listen too. Thanks again for watching, for being part of this community, and for making time to enjoy more stories.